welcome back to my channel. It's Jay Fong here, and I have a Goyard unboxing for you today. So if you guys remember a few videos ago, I believe it's in the video where I talked about potentially wanting to sell my Goyard Belchast tote or my Celine box bag, my vintage Celine box bag. I had sort of hinted in there, if you guys caught it, that the reason why I was thinking about selling my Belchast tote was because I have something exciting coming, and here it is. So here it is. I will tell you the full story because getting this bag actually took a few weeks. I will tell you that story in just a little bit, but I know you guys are here for the unboxing, so here we go. It comes in the Goyard shopping bag, and I had actually already got so excited about it, I had to open it in the car. So I'd already seen everything. Okay, so I have the receipt. And this is just the little bag that it comes in with a Goyard sticker right there. And here it is. So as far as I know, the Goyard totes don't actually come in a Goyard box. I'm not sure if you buy some of their other handbags so it comes in a box. I do know if you buy like a card holder or something, it does come in a small Goyard box, but in terms of their totes, I don't think it comes in any boxes. It just comes with a dust bag. Ta-da! Here she is. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. It like makes my heart beat every single time I see this. This is the mini Goyard Anjou, or the Anjou mini. The Anjou comes in two other sizes, the MM and the PM, and this is the size I got. I got the mini because I just absolutely love it. I also got it monogrammed, as you can see here, so I'm going to go into that just a little bit. Let's just look at the bag itself. So I got it in a very classic color. I got it in the classic brown. The Anjou, unlike the St. Louis, I believe, is reversible. So you have the classic print right here, and then you can reverse it to the brown color on the inside. It also comes with a sort of detachable, so the strap itself is not detachable, but the little wallet on the inside is a detachable wallet. You just unbuckle it right there, and you can just take this out if you want to. So this little wallet in here has a little back pocket, and then this little felt, and then just a little compartment on the inside. So the inside is canvas and that same brown leather that you saw right here. All right, so let's put everything aside and talk about the actual bag itself. Okay, so this is again the mini Anjou. I am going to pull up the information on their website. So this is called the Anjou Tote Mini. It comes with the classic colors, which is the black and the brown, and then it comes with additional colors: the red, the orange, the yellow, the green, light blue, dark blue, a burgundy, a white, and I believe a dark gray. So any colors outside of the original black and brown, so this is the brown color, so these two are like the classic colors. Any colors outside of that is an additional $500 for any of the totes. I don't know if it's always $500 on top of every tote, but I do know that depending on the product, like it's always the black and the brown as like the basic color, and then any other colors you buy is going to be a little bit more expensive than that. For this mini Anjou tote, it's $500 additional. Okay, now let's go into the actual dimensions of the bag. So it is 18 centimeters in the height of the handles. It is 20 centimeter in length, so from edge to edge is 20 centimeters. The width of the bag is 10 centimeters. The height of the bag is 20 centimeters. So it's a good almost like square, like you know, from height to width, it's almost like a square, and then it weighs about 150 grams. And that's the actual information of the bag. And of course it comes with a removable tote. Now, as you can see here, very, very clearly, I got this bag monogrammed, and when I was looking on YouTube, I actually didn't find too many videos talking about the monogramming process, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and that's also why it took so long. When I had gone into the store, I had tried on a couple of different colors, and I ended up liking this one the most. I was actually between this brown color and the yellow color, because I thought the yellow color was so cute, because it's so small. It's such a small bag that it looks cute in any color, and I think a pop of color would be super cute. But I had taken into account the monogramming colors, and I had really wanted this yellow color for monogramming. I don't know, for whatever reason, I just really wanted this yellow as a monogram, so I thought it would pop a little bit better against this brown color. So when you monogram a bag, you only monogram it on this side, the printed side, and not the leather side, right? So let's look at the prices of each, because, you know, again, Goyard prices are so elusive. You won't know the prices of anything until, you know, unless you call them or something. So the total price of this bag, including the monogram and taxes in LA, is $2,441.85. It doesn't actually give me like a breakout of the cost of anything, but you do have to pay for each letter of the monogram separately, and 3 letters is typically the most that they go. I'm not sure if they go more than that, less than that, but 3 letters is usually kind of like the normal monogramming 3 letters. And I believe, I don't remember exactly now, but I remember the bag was roughly around $2,100, and then on top of that, or maybe $2,200, and then the monogram was roughly like $40 to $50. The monogram includes the letter itself and then the drop shadows. So that is the actual cost of this bag. Again, you know, plus or minus depending on where you guys live. Taxes might be a little bit more, a little bit less. And then it will definitely vary in terms of the monogram itself. So a little bit about my specific monogram that I got. So there's 5 different monogram lettering sizes that you can choose from, and I chose the second to the largest one. I didn't actually think the letters would pop that much, but you know, it definitely does pop, and the placement of my monogram is called their standard sizing. You can request it to be monogrammed elsewhere. I have seen it monogrammed on the side. I've also seen the stripes come down the bag before, so that is all customizable. But in terms of the monogramming, that was probably the one process that took the longest at the actual store, because there was just so much to it. You get pretty overwhelmed with choosing your color, with choosing the font, with choosing the size, and then you kind of just go back and forth, and everything again is customizable. So I went with a yellow, and then as my drop shadow I actually chose a dark blue. And I thought that the 2 colors just complemented each other super, super well. And the reason why I chose this color was I saw another item there that was already inside Goyard. It was already customized and monogrammed, and this was the exact color combination that they had against this you know, background. So I really liked it. I thought it was a really nice pop of color, and you can definitely see it even from afar. You can see the letterings right there. And I totally had forgotten to tell you guys, this was actually a gift from my husband. We got married last year, and since then I've been going through like a crazy name change process. I was legally changing my first name because Jessica is what is like my most well-known. Everybody knows me as Jessica, but my legal name was my Chinese name, so I had to go through that whole entire process. And I thought, you know what, if I'm going to change my last name and have to change all my documents and paperwork, I might as well go through the actual process of changing my first name. So anyway, it finally came, and it was kind of timely because it landed right around our 1-year anniversary. Both our wedding anniversary and our dating anniversary falls pretty close together, so he wanted to get me something to celebrate my last name change, and got my new initials on my bag. So it's JFK. I know a lot of people, when I tell them that's my new initial, they're like, really, is that your new last name? So yes it is. This is my new initial. It's still super weird, I'm sure, for anybody who, has gotten married and has taken on your partner's last name. It's always a really weird adjustment. So I am definitely in the midst of that weird adjustment to my new initials and last name. But here it is. I absolutely love it. It's just so fun and such a nice pop, and definitely such a memorable type of gift. So back to the video. A little bit about the monogramming process. So the monogramming process, I'm not sure if it also depends on like the size of the monogram or how intricate potentially the monogramming is, or if you decided to get the stripes down the middle, maybe it would have taken more time. But to get 3 letters, again, these are all hand painted onto the bag. The rough estimate for my bag was 4 to 5 weeks, and they were pretty spot on. I actually got a call from Goyard 3 days before 5 weeks was up to pick up my bag. So 45 weeks was pretty accurate. They did everything in-house inside the Beverly Hills location here in California. So that potentially would have expedited the process a little bit. If you purchase in a shop that potentially didn't have the monogramming service, and they might need to take it elsewhere, it might take longer. And then also, they had a brand new bag in the store already, so I didn't have to wait for the bag. So again, if I had to wait for the bag plus the monogramming, it might have exceeded 4 to 5 weeks. But they were pretty spot on, I think, with the timing component. And I think with normal totes, with the Anjou, with the St. Louis, like all these totes, they pretty much always have it in stock. Very rarely will I not see the totes in store. Unless it's like a specific color that you're looking for, they may or may not have it. In that case, you might have to wait a little bit longer. And I think one of the maybe more daunting process about monogramming is you really have to commit to it. Like you really, it's not like you get to see everything put together. You kind of see everything when you get the bag, which is kind of the scary thing. They used to have a monogramming kind of personalization section on their website. I've tried to log on a couple of times this past few weeks because I know I was doing this video for you guys, but it hasn't been working for me, so I'm not sure if the service is down or maybe there's just some bug on the internet. But anyway, you can maybe try it that route, but for the most part, you make the decision right then and there, which again is daunting. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my monogramming process and just a little bit about like picking and choosing the monogram itself. So in terms of the actual monogramming itself, the first thing you had to choose was the sizing of your monogram. So in terms of the monogramming itself, as I've told you before, there are 5 different sizes that you can choose from. So I chose the second to the largest size, which is actually pretty big for such a small bag, but I like it this way. I thought if I were to do the monogramming anyway, I might as well choose a size that people can see, right? There's no point in choosing like a smaller monogram. But they do have basically a kind of clear sheet where they print out all the different sizes on there, and you can kind of just maneuver it around your bag to see what size you want the best. So the first thing is you choose what size of the monogramming you want. So I again chose the second to the largest size. And then the next thing to choose is what font you want. So I got the option of 2 different fonts. I got the Baton and the Style. Essentially the Baton, which is what I chose, it's a little bit more bubbly, it's a little bit more rounded, whereas the Style is a little bit more maybe like Old English. But I thought it turned out really well though, so no surprise there. But yeah, that was something that I just kept going back and forth, and it's hard because they do show you A to Z how it's written out, even some numbers of how the letter would come out. But when you're putting in kind of like different letters together, you kind of have to use your imagination a little bit to see what they will, kind of ultimately lined up against to be. So that took a little bit more of an imagination, and there's a lot of different colors that you can play around with. I actually don't remember how many colors they have for you to choose from, but the color is pretty much limitless, the color combination as well. And also, if you were to get the one with the stripes down the middle, which I believe they call it the ribbon, those will be the same color as the colors that you choose for your lettering as well. So if you were to go that route, that's something that you have to consider as well. And then depending on the style of font that you choose, the ribbon also has a slightly different style as well. So that is pretty much everything to choosing the sizing of the font, choosing the actual font itself. But it was not too difficult because it was between two fonts, but it was between two fonts and then plus your main color and the drop shadow colors, and then you basically put in your list, and from there you basically choose your positioning. So the one that I have right here is the standard position. I believe I have seen other versions where the lettering were lower on the bag. I think, you know, now that I have it, I sort of wish that the letters were just a little bit higher, where it's maybe like right where the handle's cut off, but it is what it is. I really like it. Every time I see it, it still just makes me super happy to have this, and it's, you know, definitely like a really thoughtful and meaningful gift. Okay, now because this bag is just a giant tote, this is something that I didn't think I needed a bag organizer for, but it is pretty big. So if I were just to throw everything in there, I might still have to fumble a little bit just to find stuff. So I did get a bag organizer. Now there are a lot of different bag organizers out there. You can choose any brand. Smorga is a really popular one here on YouTube, but there are plenty on Amazon, on Etsy, or, you know, even there's just a bunch of them out there. I purchased one from Amazon, and I was actually originally looking at the Smorga one, but I just stumbled on this on Amazon. I thought I'd give it a try. So I was between a light tan color and this dark brown color, but I actually don't mind the dark brown color because when you put this in here, it almost just looked like the shadow on the inside, right? And it was a perfect fit, so that's why I decided to purchase this one from Amazon. I'm gonna link this down below because I thought this was a really good option. This one from Amazon comes with two separate organizers, which is great. One with a zipper and one without. I think I'm gonna use the one without the zipper for just every day, but it's a good option to have one with the zipper if I'm like traveling or something, because this is just a open tote. So I'm going to open this. It has a front and back pocket, which is great, and then it has 4 smaller pockets on the inside for, you know, just in case I need to put anything else that's easy to reach, and that fits sort of perfectly into the bag. So again, in terms of what fits, I think it fits pretty much everything that I can think of. You know, my phone, my card holders. Sometimes I have 2 card holders in there. Sometimes I have a card holder in a pouch. But okay, actually, let me just show you guys. I brought everything that I normally would have in this tote for you guys. I typically don't even use a long wallet anymore, but I'm going to show you guys that it fits. I usually have my phone, so I'm gonna place my phone right there. No, my phone is too big to go sideways. I'm just gonna throw in my pouch that I usually carry, and I usually carry like some sort of card holder, so that's there. And then I always bring around my hand sanitizer nowadays, and then just a pan. Honestly, that fits with room. That fits with a lot of room. And obviously I typically still like have my keys and stuff like that, so that kind of fits perfectly in there. And I'm just going to prop that in here. Let's put that. And look, that honestly, it doesn't even look overstuffed or anything. It's perfect. Front and back, doesn't look overstuffed. And usually I don't even have my long wallet in here, and it looks even better. Like, it's honestly, there's so much you can put in here. It's not gonna be a bag that you can throw your laptop, your notebooks, and all of those things in there, but for a day-to-day bag, I feel like it fits everything that I need. And then last thing about this bag is the fact that it's reversible. So I'm gonna show you guys real quick. On the reversible part, I do remember when I did go in and I asked the sales associate, like, what is it like to reverse this bag, because it is reversible, and he was like, oh yeah, we do it like so many times a day and it's totally fine. The only thing is, I have asked about the monogramming part, like, because I'm flipping the bag inside and I'm, you know, kind of like pretty rough with the bag, like, will the monogramming come off? I've also looked at bag forums, and I do feel like over time, and I have read this before, that over time the monogramming will kind of fade a little bit, because, you know, it is still paint and you're still using it, and, you know, it's exposed to the elements, so it will potentially chip and fade over time, but for the most part it should be okay. It's, you know, it's coated, so, you know, you can be sort of rough with it if you need to. In terms of flipping the bag inside out, there's no like proper really good way. All he did mention is you just pick a corner, grab a corner, and you kind of just shove it in, and then you use your hand on the inside to like pull that side out. So I do feel really bad about this part of handling the bag, because I, you know, would otherwise not really handle the bag like this. There we go. As you can see, there's really no like graceful way of undoing this bag. Maybe over time, as I get a little bit more comfortable with the bag, it'll be easier to flip this inside out, but there's really no graceful way of flipping the bag inside out. And that's also another reason why I decided to purchase a insert for the bag, because the inside of the bag, or the other side of the bag, is actual leather, and the leather is actually really soft. So I don't want, you know, things to stain the inside of the bag. If I have pens, I don't want pen stains. You know, if I don't want my hand sanitizer to accidentally spill inside the bag, and that would just cause discoloration, or worse, like totally change the actual bag itself on the inside. The coated canvas part of the bag, you can definitely be a little bit more rough with it. I've had other coated canvas bag before, even my Goyard belch has, and honestly, it could last through anything. I am a little bit more worried about this soft leather part on the inside. And that's why I also wanted to make sure I had a bag organizer, you know, to keep everything a little bit more pristine, and just making sure that like the inside doesn't get ruined or anything. But it's kind of funny that when my husband saw this flipped inside out, he was like, there's something so weird about seeing the bag inside out. Knowing that it's inside out, it's almost like seeing the bag like naked or balded or something. So I do kind of feel that way as well. But yeah, depending on the color that you choose, the main color of the bag will be the inside all full leather version of the bag as well. So mine's the brown, and that's why the inside is this really beautiful brown color that I absolutely think it's gorgeous. And I love that this brown also have this white contrast stitching. Just makes it look really cute and put together. So this is reversible. Like I said, with this size, it has also the PM and the MM size that are bigger than this, that are also reversible. With the St. Louis tote, which is the tote that everybody else has, that's not a reversible tote. And I think the biggest difference is the piping along the edge, all the edges of the bag. So this is the piping here. The St. Louis tote doesn't have that. So I do think that the Anjou holds up structure a little bit better because of all the piping inside. So that is everything about this bag. I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of quick unboxing slash, you know, just info, general info about the bag and the monogramming process itself. I absolutely love this bag. Every time I see it, it just makes my heart skip a beat. And I think it's because this is definitely such a thoughtful, meaningful gift from my husband, and it will always just remind me of like our 1-year anniversary and my name change. So it definitely is a bag that has a, you know, big significance to me. But I also think that this is just such a cute bag. So not to say I'm like super into small bags right now, that I won't like bigger totes, but a tote this size can already carry pretty much everything. So I am excited to use this. I definitely think I'll be using this as my like daily, everyday bag. So I will report back on the wear and tear of this bag over time. But yeah, this is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy. As always, please leave in the comment section below if you guys have any questions about the monogramming, the font, the process, or just about the bag itself. And if you guys want to see any other videos, please feel free to leave it in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next one.